Dear students, today we will discuss time series analysis, and this is the lecture series 2. This is the part of module 6 of Statistical Methods of MA Economics part 2. I am Dr. Rashmi Okhori from Department of Economics, College of Commerce, Arts and Science, Patna. In this lecture, you will learn different methods of measuring secular trade. We will see freehand curve method, method of semi-averages, method of moving averages, and method of least square will be discussed in the third lecture. What is measurement of secular trend? The trend is a concept defining long term. It doesn't include short term oscillations but indicates the steady movements of the variable over a long period of time. But when we record a time series data on a variable, it includes short term oscillations also. Thus, for measuring the trend values, we first smoothen the data to remove short-run oscillations, and for such smoothing, any of the following methods may be used. Freehand curve method, methods of semi-averages, and methods of moving averages. Now, freehand curve method. Here, first we draw a curve after plotting the data of a given time series. It will be irregular as it would include short-run oscillations. We may observe the up and down movement of the curve and smooth out the irregularities by drawing a freehand curve or line along with the curve previously drawn. This freehand curve would eliminate the short-run oscillations and show the long period general tendency of the data. And this is exactly what is meant by trend. Here we will see one example. The following are the figures of sale for the last 9 years. We have plotted this data and also trend line has been fit here. This method has a serious disadvantage that different person may draw the freehand line at different positions and with different slopes. There is therefore the danger of different conclusions being drawn by different persons. Method of semi-averages. Under this method, the whole series is divided into two equal halves and the averages for each half are calculated. If the data is for even number of years, it can easily be divided into two halves. But if it is for odd number of years, we leave the middle year of the time series and two halves constitute the period on each side of the middle year. The average for half is taken to be representative of the value corresponding to the midpoint of the time interval of that half. We thus get 2 points, and these 2 points are plotted on graph and are joined by a straight line which provides us the required trend line. Here in this example, we fit a trend line with the help of methods of semi-averages. Here we see data consists of 7 years. The middle year shall be left out. An average of the first 3 years and the last 3 years shall be obtained. The average of the first 3 years is 321 by 3, that is 107. And average of the last 3 years is 336 by 3, or we can say 112. So thus we get 2 points, that is 107 and 112, which shall be plotted corresponding to their respective middle years, that is 1991 and 1995. By joining these 2 points, we shall obtain the required trend line, and the line can be extended and can be used either for prediction or for determining the intermediate values. The actual data and the trend line are shown on the same graph. This method is a more objective approach than the freehand method, But this method is not completely free from criticism because we use the mean of each half of the series, and any extreme item will greatly affect the point. Such a trend may not be an accurate picture of the growth element in the series. In addition, values so obtained are not precise enough for predictive purposes or for the trend elimination. Method of moving averages. A moving average is an average of fixed number of items in a series which moves through the series by dropping the topped item of the previous average group and adding the next item below in each successive average. The moving average is computed by adding all the values for a certain number of successive periods and then dividing the sum thus obtained by the number of periods included. This average is considered as the trend value for the unit of time falling at the center of the period used in the calculation of the average. To compute 3-yearly moving average, for instance, the values of first, second and third are added up, averaged, and the quotient is placed against the second year. And then values of the second, third and fourth years are added up, averaged, and the average is placed against the third year, and so on. The moving averages series would yield a smooth curve provided the time interval chosen for computing the moving average is appropriate. Moving averages may be calculated for odd number of years like 3 years moving average, 5 years moving average, 7 years moving average, and for even number of years like 4 years moving average, 6 years moving average, and so on. Computation of moving average for odd number of years. Here, following are the examples. This is the example. Here, we use 3-yearly moving average to indicate the trend in the production of rice in the district. Method has already been explained to you. Then next method, next example, you say here data set of new car registration in the town A is given. This is the data, and you have to find out 5-yearly moving average and find the trend from the above data. So here we have calculated 5-year moving averages. Next example, here we have to find out the 5-yearly weighted moving average with weights from the following data. So here we find out or we calculate the average sale of every set of 5 years by assigning the weight 1, 2, 2 to 1 to the respective figures. For the example, average sale of first 5 years will be calculated as follows, and it will come to 5.125. Similarly, the average sale of next set of 5 years will be equal to 5.625 and so on. The following table shows the 5-yearly weighted moving average. So here you can go through all the examples in detail and you can understand what is the process of calculation. This is all for today. Thank you.